When we lived in this house,
Uh-huh.
Daddy
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Daddy built the second story in the backside of that.
Oh, no, wait. This was a church and a
That's
parsonage?
the church, and we lived here.
Okay. Okay.
We lived in the basement. Yeah. And while we lived here, he built a landing in that entry.
Uh-huh.
And while we were working on it, David and I were playing on the landing, and David was sticking his head in the Victrola,
Okay.
coming back out, and in it, and out, making the sound. And he pulled it out fast and went off to the side and landed on his stomach.
Oh, so that was
That's what started the
Well,
cancer.
That's where-
what they thought so.
okay.
But that's not what starts Wilmington.
Well, whatever happened, happened.
Right. So that was
He
was
at that building.
He was healthy before.
He was healthy before,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
his
we're
stomach
getting part of the video now, too.
swelled up and whatever caused
We
it.
gotta have the fashion model.
Yeah, but, you know, in general, Wilmington.
Well, maybe it was a
on
long
King.
tumor.
It was.
Well, you don't know for sure, but we heard it was.
And how did I know that? Mom said it was.
Yeah, I know she said it was, but does she know? Perhaps
Well,
so. I
That-
remember we went to Ogallala, and down below the lake they were building the dam then.
Oh yeah.
And it was a 4th of July celebration, and Mother and Daddy had stopped in Grant to see about David, and then they said they sent him to Lincoln. So they came by and they went to meet with other people, and that's when I found out that he was sick with it.
Okay. So how old would you have been then?
I was 6.
Okay, so let's see.
He
And he
was
was older. He was older than Mom, and yeah, he died when he was 2, right?
2.
how long after
So-
the fall did he die?
Was my mother even born?
Those are things I really don't
See, I think you both might be right.
Yeah.
Think about this. If you had a lump tumor growing in
Well, I remembered that, but then I
he
kind of
fell.
caught on to that after we just passed through it. So
That is amazing.
He cried for days. And just so you know,
uh huh.
one morning I got up and my mother wasn't there. And I ran up this hill and to the west to where Daddy was milking the cows because we provided the milk for the school.
Okay.
And he said, well, your mother is in Grant. You have a little sister.
Oh.
Were you aware that this was imminent?
No,
He had no idea when she was pregnant.
no. I
Wow.
just knew she was a nice lady.
That is
And
so
she was
cool.
round and roly-poly.
Oh, yeah. How did you know?
And I didn't know he was coming either.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
when Christmas came along, all of a sudden I had a new brother.
Well, this was the thing. They wouldn't talk about things like that.
Oh.
Well, who knows?
Well, they wouldn't.
My mother probably talked a little,
Well, we know also
but
that
she didn't tell her little boy.
pregnant women weren't allowed on the platform.
The
Pregnant women weren't allowed on the church platform.
okay. So up at the,
Oh,
wow.
no.
Even in '69, that was allowed, wasn't it?
In-
Jennifer.
in,
1969.
In the Methodist church in Denver, there was a pregnant woman place up on the balcony. That's where they went.
Rent to stay.
And they had an entrance that was separate.
Oh, really?
Wow.
That's in the downtown Denver Methodist Church. You can go there and see it today if you want.
Well, I've
Now,
been
let
to
me-
that church, but I didn't know that.
Let me ask you, how old were you when David was born?
4.
Okay, so they're 4 years apart. And he died at 3.
So
2.
And 2.
Well, everybody says 2. His tombstone says 2.
Well, I bet that's right.
But you know, it doesn't seem quite right because I am sure, no, I'm not sure, but I think I remember a Christmas with David in the basement of that house, and he hit the drum that we had, and it just went to pieces. And that was Christmas, and that's Christmas I got an electric train, but it doesn't fit with
The
his death.
timeline.
Mm-mm.
Daniel recently said that he wondered if they had Christmas with
Well, I
For
don't
some
think
reason.
so because we went to sometime to Imperial, and there I saw that big fire engine up on the side in the penny store in Imperial, and then it showed up on the Christmas tree or under the Christmas tree. So I really can't figure it out.
You're the only one that's there.
Yeah.
And this is
No.
exactly what
And
he
you know-
reported.
I was 6.
Yeah,
I
because
was
yeah,
in
nobody has all the right answer, but maybe between everybody.
And
But if we can get what we can get, you've got some history.
I know that one time when Mother and Daddy were in Lincoln, probably with David, that we had a bunch of little chickens by the back of the stove, and I had gone to school, and they were all gone. And I came home, and the lamp that dropped down into it was all on fire. So I hauled it outdoors. But I think that was probably after David died. I don't know.
So you were probably 6.
6, and I don't know. I don't think I was in the first grade. I think I was still kindergarten. I know I learned to ride my bicycle going down this hill, and then I pedal it, sticking my foot to the side, you know, and the bicycle would come leaning, and I'd be taking it.
Does he know what your dad did for the school?
What?
Does he know what your dad did for the school?
Thank you.
What did he do? Sold them the milk. Yeah, my father sold them the milk. And,
Was there anything else that you were?
Thank you.
No, I think you just let him have the milk, deliver the milk.
Yeah,
to the school.
Americana.
There you go, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Everybody's well taken. Oh, yeah.
Who's the-
He'd
like
say,
a
no,
little
no,
angel.
Daniel.
No, no,
Thanks.
no, Daniel.
Lots.
So he had to be,
He's precocious.
yeah, he had to be talking early, young.
Have you ever seen any pictures of him?
No.
Well, we'll have to find one before you get out of here.
I'm just loving that no, Daniel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was no question. He never was in trouble about anything. Well, I remember,
I'm wondering what happened to the other 3 Marshalls. What happened?
he was,
Only one
he
angel
was,
per
he was,
household.
he was a true
The allotment was used up. Quota was full.
He was the real deal. This other notion is totally extraneous and wrong.
Because Ken says, I believe my mother, in order to get me to mine, she had to spank me every day.
Kenneth says that? Well, I know I got one every day.
Well, he says, you know, now that he thinks back about it, he thinks he was probably ADD. He couldn't focus. Mom would say, go get the cows, and he did. He did. But you never knew whether it was going to be.
Did you want to get her talking or me?
She was-
Everybody.
Because she saw it not minding. But he said, I would lose time and go rolling around. I'd get that cow bring home, but
Eventually.
eventually.
Obviously,
Where the other house was.
the other building was.
Yeah. Daddy built granaries over here. There was nothing here then, just open area. And,
So
Yeah.
were they like granaries built out of 2x4s?
this, no,
Well, that's-
yeah, two before, well, I don't know what the
That's
walls
what he
were.
did.
Don't ask me how they were built. I just never heard of them.
Well, that's the way he built the ones that were up in South Dakota.
They were made out of,
2x4s. The walls were 2x4s. And that's how
well,
they
if you
had the
remember that,
stability.
I don't remember that. Well, they're two before
It's 2x4s right against each other.
stacked.
No, vertically.
Okay.
Well, that's the way I remember. And it could be wrong. I
Maybe
think
you're
so.
standing on your head.
I know.
Well, I think they say-
You were laying down, scribbling on them.
Well, that's about what you need in order to have it hold grain.
Right. That's what, and you know, those granaries saved our life during that hailstorm. Because they were filled with whatever.
Flax.
No,
Yes,
no. I'll tell
Yes.
you what,
This is
flax and oil.
when they were, that was
We
flax
would
was,
sink in flax and drown.
no,
Our flax,
I think I'm gonna go
our flax crop
shop.
drowned.
oh, I know that, part of it.
But they were probably
Wheat.
really cheap.